I heard racism. I don't agree with that because I don't know how many brothers went and the first pick was a brother. Cam Ward, I think his name is.
Was.
But um, you know, I didn't watch Colorado ball. I think they said that the cat is immensely talented or whatever.
Mhm.
What I think happened, along with what they're saying, is I think they don't want another personality as big as his father's in the NFL. And I think that some of the things they said, his dad and him said, ruffles some feathers. You got how many guys sitting in the draft just waiting to go to a team, any fucking team, hoping that they
Mhm.
get drafted? Yeah, of course these guys don't want to go to certain teams, especially the Cleveland Browns. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you got guys that's been playing since Pop Warner. They call it Little League. We call it back home. They made their way to college, and they the best of the best. So here we are sitting in the draft, and they hoping somebody get them. Meanwhile, you got Shedeur saying, "Hey man, if you ain't ready to change the game and the culture, don't pick me." You know what I'm saying? And in the same breath, his dad is over there talking about, you know, there are teams I'm not going to allow my son to play for. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of that had to do with it, along with they said that he interviewed bad. And you know, I guess he didn't compete in the combine or you know whatever the fuck they said. That all being said, what I feel is I hope that this young man goes in there and Tom Brady the game.
Yeah.
They said that Tom Brady got picked round 6.
Yeah.
And how many rings did this dude got?
5.
5 fucking Super Bowl rings, man. He led the team to 5 Super Bowls. How many times in a row?
Yeah. Shit, three in a row. If 2 or 3 in a row, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not a Brady fan because he's a Michigan quarterback, so you know
Right,
how that go. Yeah,
right.
no. So
So my thing is, if this young blood got the talent that he says he has,
mhm.
he's gonna get his money on the back end anyway. He's gonna get his money on the back end. I think that he'll outperform these other quarterbacks that they picked up because you know he was slated to go what top 3 anyway,
Yeah, top 5.
top
Yeah.
five. But you know, his dad out there saying shit like you know he don't need the money anyway and all of that. Again, you got I don't know how many brothers sitting up in there, white dudes, whatever, sitting in there waiting to hear their name called to see if a team picked them. And I think that maybe he just came on a little too strong with it, with the legendary and all that shit. That's I think that's shit that they want to get away from, those personalities and shit. But that's just me.
I got you. I'm a push back a little bit because
Look,
of this isn't new. That whole I'm not gonna let my son play.
absolutely, I heard.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Archie Manning did that too with Eli.
right.
He did the
Right.
same thing. Told his agent like, "Hey, don't do this." So when I hear folks say, "Well, you know, his dad was coming out doing it," I was like, "We finally got a black father advocating for
Hmm.
his sons, plural." You know, and also let me go a little like a little deep dive on this or whatever. Think about the whole setup. Dion knew the play. Think about this is Mr. You know, aka Prime Time. His son, you know, legendary, whatever. He knew something was up. Why didn't you think he was at the draft? He decided to stay in Texas.
Hmm.
Come on now. Shador got his own theme song and all that other shit, you know. And all these cats came out to there. They was like, why would he do that? I was like, Dion knew what was up. And also his son Shiloh, he went undrafted, right?
Right.
As soon as the what you call it was over, what did Shiloh say? Get Coach Prime on the phone. Once he realized he didn't get drafted, he said, "Get Coach Prime on the phone." Within that hour, he got a call from Tampa Bay.
So let me ask
Or
you a
not
question.
was it Tampa Bay? No, who did he go to?
Yeah,
Was
I'm
it
not
No, he
Tampa?
went
sure.
to Tampa. He went to
Yeah,
Tampa.
with the Tampa. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, my thing is it was politics, man, and also how long? How many of you ever watched the draft that damn long?
Well, you know what?
Right.
They
That's another
That
thing I
was a
heard.
good
they
point. That
Hmm.
was a
politic
good
the
point.
fuck. We talk about all these guys who went first, and nobody know who went third, fourth, fifth. We know when Shador went, it was the late fucking fifth round or whatever. I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Nobody's what they're like. This is the highest rated watched fucking NFL draft in history.
That's the truth.
History of the draft.
I agree. I agree with
They
that.
That's the politics of it. They did that shit on purpose. You knew he was going. It was just let's just, let's muddy him up a little bit. Let's humble him a little bit. Like I said, we're not too far gone from the Kaepernick days, and they thought, oh, we'll hire Jay-Z. He'll smooth things over for the blacks. They'll be fine. And now they snap right back into form with the Shedeur shit because everybody was like a top 5. He go in the 5th round. Come on, man. He got like a 75% accuracy rate, the highest coming out in this class. You cannot deny the kid's talent. That ain't got nothing to do with his daddy.
Well, how many times do we watch the draft or people watch the draft? Every fucking year is somebody say, how the fuck did this guy not go?
Right. All the time.
Okay, and how many times do we see a guy go that we like, wait a minute, there's a motherfucker who had drop foot the year my son went. My son was drafted 6th round. And you're right. Motherfuckers do stop watching after like the 2nd, 3rd round.
That's it.
So
they guy go.
So the politics I do get, and I agree with the black father thing. They gave LeVar Ball hell. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And I like LeVar Ball. At times I felt like LeVar should have pulled back with some of the antics.
Yeah.
But I think that he did a hell of a job getting out there and advocating for his sons.
Yeah.
I think that Deion did a hell of a job advocating for his sons, but at the same time, we got to look at we got to look at the company he in. You know what I'm saying? It ain't many people that look like Deion. And again, Deion is the same motherfucker who, I had these arguments with people over the Jackson State shit. He went there, he spent his money, he walked away. He said he had issues. Some of the things he claimed, they refuted. You know what I mean? You end up going to Colorado and you sat in front of these people's kids, and you said, hey, hit the motherfucking what I mean? Go ahead, hit the portal. Cause I bring in my own luggage and it's Louis. That shit rubs some people the wrong way. I'm not saying it rubbed me the wrong way. I personally don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Because even with this situation, I'm looking at this like all of this shit worried about when Shedeur got drafted. We ain't paying attention to all the other brothers who did do their thing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't paying attention to, the number 1 draft pick who they showed a video of him and Shedeur out there throwing. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying generational and he was saying legendary. And that young man is excellent. And it's, all of this attention is going away because his last name is Sanders, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Again, if his name wasn't Sanders, we'd be saying this shit, but it's like hell that froze over for this young man. You know what I mean?
They punished him for, sins of his father.
And they humbled the shit out of him, though.
Yeah, and let's not forget that they also pissed that Deion didn't take a head coaching job in the NFL. Don't think Jerry Jones didn't call him for Dallas. Don't think that didn't happen. Yeah, because he said, I can't deal. He's like, I barely could deal with these kids getting this NIL money. I don't want to deal with these grown men with all that money and all that attitude. He's like, I've been there. I'm not doing that.
I'm ignorant to that. I didn't know he refused a job.
Yeah, he didn't necessarily refuse the job, but I'm sure the calls were everybody was saying, Deion, take the next step after, last season. It was like, dude, you could bump up now. Get the hell on out of Colorado. Somebody would have called him and be like, we need you to turn our franchise around.
Didn't he also sign a big ass deal did he also sign a deal to go back to Colorado? That's real lucrative.
Yeah, so that's why he was like, I don't need that. But that rubbed the Billionaire Boys Club. It's
there
only,
you go.
It's only a select few, and they call you and they want you to snap in place. Deion, you come here, guaranteed we could get your son. We could draft your son or whatever. And he was like, fuck that. No.
And see, that's what I was thinking, was that it's going to be a package deal. Him and his son, Deion going as a coach eventually. Yeah. And even though he signed that deal with Colorado, I mean, hell, that's a negotiating tactic, man. I mean, now whatever team picks Deion up has to compete with that offer. You know what I mean? So it shows how much he's actually worth when it comes to, an NFL contract. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to go. I think he enjoys, grooming getting these kids together, and getting them straight for the league and turning programs around. Again, I believe I take him at his word when he said that he don't want to deal with the headache. And also, somebody like, Jerry Jones in your ear, like, hey, you can't do this. It was like, it ain't the coach.
Fucking coach.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking Jerry Jones. It ain't the fucking coach. It's him fucking shit up. Like, dude, why'd you get rid of him?
Let me tell you something.
You got to think. NFL money buys a lot of fucking toes.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
tell you. Let me tell you something. I was in Texas. Every motherfucker down there says Jerry's fault.
that's
Every
it.
motherfucker
Everybody
down
knows it.
there,
Now, you ain't got to be a
yeah,
Dallas fan.
right.
Everybody knows it's his fucking fault. Like, God, he fumbled again.
But you know what? I'm saying like in Dallas, the motherfuckers is like it's like being in Michigan with a bunch of Michigan fans.
Hmm.
You know, they like this motherfucker just can't go sit his old ass down somewhere and
Hmm.
let the coaches coach the general manager. He always got to make a call. He always got to be seen and shit. Except for
Hmm.
when he was in front of that school boycotting that integration. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
you know, and they humbled him too, because when he did get drafted, that motherfucker was church dancing. He had his fucking chain tucked. There wasn't no legendary shit. So, but all in all, I hope that he take his talent and he knocked these motherfuckers upside the head. I hope that he goes out there and fucking Tom Brady's the game. You know, humble, not humble. I don't give a fuck about that. I hope that this young man get his money on him. I hope he kick these motherfuckers in the mouth. And I think that's where his dad is really gonna be able to help him on that next contract.
Yeah, because yeah,
I was
they got him at a crackhead prices, and plus Cleveland doesn't have any money. They just signed Garrett. What you call it? What's that? The defense dude or whatever. He got a ridiculous contract, and Deshaun Watson, the
Mm,
quarterback, that's on injured reserve. He got a crazy contract. So there's no money there. They drafted two quarterbacks, and they just
yeah.
released Kenny Pickett. They just released him today or yesterday.
mm,
The
Oh, that's
Thursday.
fucking
So
idiotic.
yeah, so he's
They
like
also picked
third or
up.
fourth string.
They also picked up Joey Flacco again.
Oh shit! Yeah, that is right.
Yeah. So
So
it's
it's
going to
like,
be a weird dynamic in Cleveland.
yeah,
With all these fucking quarterbacks, and Cleveland is known for squandering fucking talent.
yeah.
You know what I
So
damn.
mean?
I'm thinking they got him as a bargaining chip down the line. They'll
Mm,
get him and be like, hey, we'll trade for your number two pick, number three pick, or
Yeah.
something next year. If y'all just take him, get him off the roster. But yeah, that's what I was like. Y'all just picked like in the second round. They took Oregon's quarterback.
Huh.
yeah.
So let
And
me.
I was just like, God dang, y'all took two quarterbacks in the same fucking draft. Okay,
So
Cleveland. Okay.
It
so
was playing
Shiloh
with
was
injuries last year, though.
Shiloh
I
was in
mean,
the draft.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As
And they didn't.
no, he didn't get drafted. He didn't get drafted.
So they
Because
was making a bold statement against the whole family.
well, Shiloh doesn't have the fanfare as as a quarterback.
Okay.
He's nice on defense. He's nice. He's like his dad. On defense, whatever.
I
But
hope they both kill it.
yeah, I hope that to get a chance.
yeah.
He got a spot in Tampa or whatever right after he's an undrafted free agent. And yeah, they base pay is like 840. So
Oh
he's
yeah.
okay.
Beautiful thing.
He's okay. And like I said, they got endorsements from Colorado NIL money, all that stuff. So these kids are good. What the NFL want is that all, I'm glad you guys selected me. I can now pay my mama bills. I could get grandma in my house. That's the black folks that they used to. That's what they
Yeah.
want. When they see Prime and his kids come in, they're like, we don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
Besides shut them up. We don't
Yeah.
know what to do with that. Just shut them up. Just, keep them quiet. Get them up out of here, man. We can't have them running the show.
And I ain't got no problem with a motherfucker saying, mama, my mama did everything, or,
Hmm.
like the one brother, I forget what his name is, who his mom died right after he
Right
was
after.
drafted.
Yeah, right after.
Or,
He went
the
to
cat,
Oregon.
yeah, the cat is like grandma raised me. I don't have a problem with that. I think sometimes, we get too focused on, oh, well, they always want to show the mom. Well, if the mom sacrificed and gave up everything and did what she had to do, and he want to give her props, give her props. But at the same time, if they got that black dad there, then treat the motherfucker like Archie Manning. Because it's a lot of times you'll see the dad there, and they'll run to the mama and won't say nothing to the motherfucker. You be like, wait, whoa, like, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? Like,
Hmm.
not the same thing, but like when Trayvon Martin died, his dad was there, and then next thing you know, they wouldn't say anything to him anymore. They just talked to the mom. So either way, man, I hope that them cats get in there. I hope they show out.
Definitely,
Then
all of them.
I
I
hope,
congratulate the whole 2025
yeah,
class. I hope they go in there and
yeah,
ball the fuck out and let them know, things are changing.
yep.
Things are changing, man.
I
Things are
hope
definitely changing.
Cam Ward, Travis Hunter. I hope because I
Hmm.
said, man, I'm about to pick back up with the football, man. I was a Packer fan myself, but yeah, man, I hope they get it in, man. So yeah, that's
Oh,
all I got
and
on it
also
because I'm ignorant.
Don't go to the NFL website to get these kids jerseys. They got their own merch. Go to
Oh,
their own
word?
websites and shit. Yeah, go to their own stuff. Don't buy the NFL shit. Go to each and if you like that one kid, go to his shit. They got their own stores.
Hey,
So
let me
go
ask
get that
you.
shit.
Let me ask you a quick question.
What
Did
up?
you see that video, man? Of I don't know if it was draft day. I think it was because Dion was there, and then Pilar walked in. You know he don't fuck
Yeah,
with her
yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah,
because of
yeah,
all the
yeah.
bullshit. Well, Dion wasn't in the room, but Shiloh was playing that must be the money song, and his mom
Yeah.
was standing behind him, and he was like, "Must be the money that makes the job that makes these women love, that makes them fall in love." And then he paused it. He said, "Hey, y'all hear that?" He said, "Must be the money that makes them fall in love." He looked at his mom. He said, "That happened to you." Come on, come on. Man, it was the hardest. I'm gonna send that shit to you, big bro. It was the hardest fucking troll ever.
Bro,
And her face,
they had a good time during this draft because they were showing clips of them sitting next to each other. Mind you, they watching the draft and they sliding. And Shiloh was like, "Hey man, hell, I see what they doing to you. They ain't gonna." It's like I can only imagine what they gonna do to me. He was like, "You ain't went yet. I can only imagine what they gonna do to me." And they
right?
just tapped each other up. It was like, "Hey man, it is what it is, man. We got to go
you,
through this shit."
you ain't with yet.
That had to be the coldest shit because they talk about each other. Fuck everybody else. He was like, his brother was in the draft. I was like, yeah, he was there too. Like, shit, I ain't getting no looks. They ain't even fucking with you. I know they ain't fucking with me.
Yeah.
So,
Hold on, here you go. I'm gonna send this shit to you. I'm gonna send this to both of y'all, man. This shit is hilarious. Y'all got to see this shit. Hold on, man. Forward 3 p.m.d. man. I'm about to switch this over so I can hook this battery up. Let me know if y'all can hear me good, man.
all right.
Here you go. Yeah, you got it. I heard it. That makes them fall in love must be the money.
And some other shit popped up. It's on Instagram. Yeah, man. This shit, it's so twitchy with me. I'll check it out, man. Oh man, I see you got daylight now.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's get
daylight and
into it,
dust
man.
storms.
Yeah. Oh fuck. I'm sorry,
Y'all
fam.
hear me?
Yeah, yeah, we
Yeah,
got
we
you.
got you.
All right, cool, cool.